India's nuclear ballistic missile submarine INS Arihant successfully test-fired a ballistic missile today, a major milestone as earlier test firings were done from fixed underwater pontoons. This time the submarine itself launched the missile. The submarine-launched ballistic missile test proves the credibility of India's naval nuclear deterrent. Indian ballistic missile submarines may now be able to target China and Pakistan from underwater locations when deployed. The latest submarine-launched ballistic missile test proves that the homemade INS Arihant class submarines are operational in all aspects. The submarine-launched ballistic missile or SLBM was tested to a predetermined range and impacted the target area in the Bay of Bengal with very high accuracy, the Defence Ministry said. There will be no carbon dating to determine the age of what is said to be a shivling at Varanasi's Gyanvapi Mosque, the city's top judge ruled today, rejecting a request by a group of Hindu women who want to pray inside the mosque complex. The shivling, or a relic of Lord Shiva, was found earlier this year during a court-ordered video survey at the Gyanvapi Mosque on a petition by 5 Hindu women. The women want access to a shrine inside the mosque, which is located next to the famous Kashi Vishwanath temple. That case is still being heard. A Varanasi court said today that scientific investigations, including carbon dating, would violate a Supreme Court order to protect the shivling and seal the area where it stands. Damage to the shivling would also hurt religious sentiments and reduce the chances of a legal solution to the dispute, the court said. The Hindu petitioners have decided to challenge the decision in the Supreme Court. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi today asserted wearing hijab does not make Muslim women any less than their peers, and it is their constitutional right to choose to wear whatever they wish to. If you come to Hyderabad, you will see the most notorious drivers are our sisters. Don't even put your vehicles behind them. I ask my driver to be very careful. If they ride pillion with them on motorcycles, they will understand if anyone can force them to do anything, he said while arguing for their choice to wear the headscarf. Do fundamental rights stop at the gate of schools, he added, stressing that the country's laws grant the right to wear a hijab. Addressing a gathering following the Supreme Court's split verdict on the hijab ban, Owaisi said that Muslim women covering their heads does not mean they cover their minds as well. British Prime Minister Liz Truss on Friday dismissed her finance minister, forcing Kwasi Kwarteng to carry the can for turmoil sparked by her right-wing economic platform as restive conservatives plotted her own demise. The Chancellor of the Exchequer was dismissed in person by Truss after he rushed back early from international meetings in Washington and before she was due to hold her first Downing Street news conference at 2:30 p.m. Former Foreign Secretary and former Tory leadership candidate Jeremy Hunt was appointed as Mr. Kwarteng's replacement, making him Britain's fourth finance minister this year. You have asked me to stand aside as your Chancellor. I have accepted, Mr. Kwarteng wrote in a letter to Liz Truss, who only succeeded Boris Johnson on September 6th. But he insisted that their economic program was needed because the status quo was simply not an option. In reply, Ms. Truss wrote that Mr. Kwarteng had put the national interest first. On November 1st, seat belts are mandatory for all the car passengers as per a notification issued by Mumbai Police on Friday. All motor vehicle drivers and all commuters in vehicles whoever travels on the roads of Mumbai city are hereby informed that it will be mandatory for drivers and all the passengers to wear seat belts while travelling from November 1st, the Mumbai Police said in a statement. Those found in violation of the rule will be liable for punishment under the relevant sections of the Motor Vehicles Amendment Act 2019. The Mumbai Police has directed that vehicles which do not have a seatbelt facility for all the commuters should get one installed by November 1st. Last month, Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways Nitin Gadkari announced that seatbelts will be mandatory for all the passengers sitting in a vehicle.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.